to this now. The Stormers will again be looking to dominate against South African opponents when they take on the Sharks at Cape Town Stadium today. The Cape's favourite son have won all 5 of their United Rugby Championship games against South African teams so far this season. The politics of the game came to head with Western Province Rugby signing the lease to its new home this week. Our reporter Natalie Malgas joins us now. Natalie, thank you for making time. I imagine there's a lot of excitement ahead of the match this afternoon.
There's a lot happening in the city today, Clement, and as you mentioned, there is a lot of excitement. But the politics of the game all came to a head this week in the build-up to this super game between the Stormers and the Sharks a little later. And that, of course, had everything to do with the fact that the Stormers officially are playing in what is now their new home after leaving the dilapidated Newlands Stadium. In fact, I'm now standing with the former Western Province Rugby Union President, Thurlow Wakefield, to elaborate on what brought us to this point. Mr. Wakefield, in fact, that is my first question. What brought us to this point with the Stormers now being accommodated in the stadium? Was it a must-do because of the debt of the union?
I think it was a must-do. You used the word dilapidated. That is what Newlands is. Some years ago, we got reports from engineers that Newlands actually reached its lifespan. And it was dangerous to have a Newlands as such a big rugby facility. And secondly, I don't think Newlands adhere to international standards as far as change rooms and facilities for international matches are concerned. Those days already, we were told that it would cost us an arm and a leg to renovate and to bring it up to standard. And I don't think that was worth to spend all that money. It wasn't just worth it. So here we have the Cape Town Stadium. It's a state-of-the-art stadium. And we're not responsible for the maintenance. They are the city of Cape Town. And it's a business decision. It's a very good business decision. I signed the heads of agreement with Patricia de Lille, the ex-mayor of the city of Cape Town, some years ago. And I was proud to see that it came to fruition through the administration. Now that we have a permanent home for 40 years and state-of-the-art, like I said, facility, the best technology. The only thing is it's a schlep to get into the city. I left home this morning 10 o'clock and I only arrived at 1 o'clock. So be that as it may, I suppose I will have to move to the city to come and watch my rugby in future. You
may well have to. Mr. Wakefield, much of the wrangling and this ultimate decision even turned in court because of the difficulty. At one point there was a faction wanting to declare Newlands a heritage site. Was that an unnecessary spanner in the works, or was there grounds for it to be declared a national heritage site?
I do think so. I think it's sheer opportunism from those that attempted this. And why now? When I don't think it's Cape Townians who brought this application, it's some other people. So do your thing in your area where you are and leave Western Province to work out its own future. That's my message to them.
If we reflect briefly on your tenure and the illustrious career of the Stormers and Western Province Rugby, now in their new home, do you imagine it to be as colourful and as successful?
Absolutely. With Coach John Dobson at the helm, I think we can get there. It's similar to a person moving house. You know what the atmosphere and the vibe was in that house. And when you move house, like I did 6 months ago, I have to create my own new vibe and get a new atmosphere. And I think the Greenpoint Stadium can bring that to us. I'm also very much aware that there are a lot of people with sentimental things about Newlands being the oldest and whatever. But look what happened in other countries. We have the Millennium Stadium, we have a new stadium in Ireland, we have a new stadium all across the world, New Zealand, Australia. Why can't we do that? So just forget about the sentiment for a while and think about the future of Western Province. And I do hope that the Greenpoint Stadium will bring much joy to them.
Much joy and hopefully many wins as well. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Wakefield. It's no secret his money's, of course, on the Stormers this afternoon. Right after the break, we'll have more of these very interesting interviews. It is a cracker of a game that we're expecting at 2:30.